One of the first cool things that I did when I got my first check, we did a deal. The first deal I did was with a group called Franchise. The members in the group was myself, Gravy. He played Notorious. He played in Notorious. He was a star. He played Biggie. That was my partner in the group. My other partner was Q the Kid. He was signed to Jermaine Dupri on a solo level later on. I did some time. I went away for a while. So I came home and I had these dreams that I wanted to get into music. We got the attention of a lot of ears, like really, really fast. So what happened was we ended up meeting with two people who wanted to meet with us. It was Chris Lighty and it was Trackmasters. I did a song, it was by myself. I was in the group, but I did a song by myself, and the song was like really, really crazy. We were supposed to meet with Chris Lighty and Trackmasters. They heard the song, so this is supposed to be for In Too Deep soundtrack. So they're like, man, this shit crazy, this going on the soundtrack. LL, everybody, they loved it. I get arrested, I get locked up. I never make it to the studio session, but my guys go and they play the song, so they love it. It's about to go on the soundtrack. Chris Lighty comes to the session. Trackmasters was producing the whole soundtrack because it was through Columbia at the time, Sony or something like that. Chris come to the studio. I don't know about none of this shit y'all doing, but this my artist. These guys right here with me, we're not doing this. He's in the studio, he will not leave. Bless the dead, Chris Lighty, right? So I'm not there, so I'm just getting the feedback. I'm getting everyone tell me what happened whenever I end up getting out. I forget what I got locked up for, probably some bullshit, suspended license or something like that. We didn't get the song on the soundtrack because we didn't sign to Trackmasters. They had their deal, remember, they had Nas, Nature, and them were through Columbia, Sony, I forget the exact imprint. Chris Lighty wanted the group, and we did the deal with Chris Lighty. We were working with Mike Lighty and Fendi. They were partners, Dirty Money. That was a little, it was biased, of course, because Mike was Chris' brother. So we ended up doing a deal with Chris. Chris had all the best intentions. He was always down for us. There were just no creators in the company that could take the raw talent that we had and say, man, let's put these guys and, we got to do it like this. Chris brought in Todd Moskowitz, which, he did Asylum. He's doing 300 now. He was trying to figure it out. And it never panned out. But when I got paid from my, I got my first couple of checks. I got a check for like the 2 Violator albums, and I did a couple other records. I think I was on like a big posse cut, and they paid me. And I did the group deal. And so I took my money and I bought a building. It was a good deal on a building. I don't even remember why I came up with the idea that I need to buy this building. I went in, renovated it, and I rented it out. So now I just came home. I did 5 years. I came home and I'm somebody's landlord. Naturally, I'm young, I'm somebody's landlord. I'm like 22. I'm the landlord. They think I'm some bullshit. They don't want to pay the rent. It's a disaster, right? I mean, I'm making money though. I'm making money because the mortgage was like maybe $1,100 or $1,300 or something like that. Out of all of the units, I was making like $4,700. So every month I was making like $3,000 or more off of the property. Sounds good to me. I like them numbers. So that was just the beginning. That was my first property. That was in Jersey. It was in Hoboken. No, I'm sorry. It was in Bayonne. Jersey City, Bayonne. It's like a cusp. Moving along, I did the deal with Violator. It wasn't really working out, but I learned a lot from Chris Lighty. And we met a lot of people. Violator was like a hub for what was going on at the time with the artists in the city. There was a lot of artists there. LL, Missy, Mobb Deep, Cameron, Noriega and Capone. The network was really strong. I met all those people right there. It's like college, you know what I'm saying? So it worked out. Even a lot of the executives that were executives during my tenure in the game, they were offspring from Violator. So that was cool. Who Kid, you know, we all got together. We started to do something special. So me and Who Kid got together. We started doing these mixtapes. 50 and G-Unit came aboard and we're doing them. So we were all recording at Shy Money XL's studio in his basement. So Todd came with a bright idea like, hey, you know, I think you should go solo. So I came to the guys and told them, I don't think they were all the way happy with the idea, but everything was kind of rocky and it wasn't really working. And then I was in the streets. So, you know, I was in the streets. I was doing a lot of different things in the streets to make $1. You know, I left my mom's house at 20 and I never came back. So I was, you know, I was very, very independent. I was financing a lot of the stuff that was going on with the group and it wasn't working. So Todd coming up with this idea, I was like, man, fuck Todd. You might know something that I don't know. Fuck it, I'm doing it, let's try it. Cause this shit ain't working anyway. So I rolled with Todd, we cut a couple records. Violator thing was kinda, it wasn't, you know, it was really nothing. I'm doing these mixtapes with Who Kid and you know, Who Kid's mixtapes and me and 50 and we all on there and it started to build a buzz. So now I start having people wanting to sign me as a solo artist. 50's getting hot, I'm hot. Chris is trying to do a whole new deal at this point. He don't really have any more artists. So he's trying to do another label deal with 50 and myself. It was really weird because 50 had a lot of drama going on and then nobody. He was hot, but they didn't want to touch him. The business was like really, really on some sucker shit like that. They didn't really want, you know, his records was saying certain things that they didn't really want no parts of. It was just a weird space. Like they kind of wanted him, but they didn't. And then Chris' name was big, so Chris was asking for a whole lot of money for me and 50, and you know, they just wasn't biting. So it was just a rocky situation. I end up doing the deal with Arista through Trackmasters. Again, it came full circle, and I did the deal with Trackmasters. LA Reid signed me, and 50 signed with Interscope. Trackmasters and Arista, the people I guess in power at the time, they fell out, so it didn't really work. We did a video. The video department and the executives that were running all of the saying, hey man, you should do this, you should do that. I don't know. I'm a young nigga off the street. I'm like, yo, what's up? Let's get it. I don't got no big homie. I don't got nobody funding me. This shit come from just hustle and genius put together. They use fake money in the video. So they was like, hey, I'm like, why are we using fake money? We got money. Let's just use the real money. They're like, nah, let's just use the fake money. I'm like, why? He said, I mean, it's for camera. Like, this is what they do in movie sets. I said, all right, cool. So we used the fake money. We did the video. The video has dogs fighting each other and fake money. So when the video got done, it's like, dogs fighting and fake money? This is bullshit. We spent $370,000 on the video. That video, the video I was talking about was called May I, and with the dogs and the money and weird shit. But the director was genius. I was the first one to use this director. You might know him. His name is Gil Green. He's a really, 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 really genius director. That was his first big video. That was my first big video. And it didn't really come out the way that we would have hoped that it would have came out. Automatically, shit was weird in the building. That was just one bad situation, and so we were working on getting past it. You know, I'm coming up with dope music and Trackmasters, and I think the people with Arista, they kind of was in a weird space, and you know, it ended up affecting me. So I ended up leaving. I was like, man, this ain't going nowhere. Let me leave. So I left. I started working with Mack 10. Mack 10 reached out to me through Mark Pitts. I was like, man, I like what you're doing, little one. Let's link up. And then I went out there and I did that deal with him. The company folded, so it didn't really work out. But my relationship with Mack is like impeccable. It was a great experience. This just kept happening over and over and over again. I went to Motown with Sylvia. She fell out with the person that signed me. I got affected with that shit. I was like, man, I'm cool. I don't even want to do that. Just fucking this shit.
everybody just started passing around these trees, yo. They all just eating it like it just looked like the driest broccoli. You just eating and stuffing it down, yo. And everybody got sick, yo. It was hilarious. Like they ate it all though, and then we come back because the cop came to the window and was like, "Yo, I smell the weed." So
I don't want to be remembered in this game. I want to be remembered in the world. Period. You can think I know some people that don't even like my raps, like what I have to say. But they see me as a person, and they've seen videos, and they see what I do to other people, and they're like, you know what, man, there's something special about this kid. I don't get it, but there's something. So, I mean, when I say what I want to do, people laugh, and I don't even give a fuck, man. But I'm gonna change the world for my generation.
So anyway, we standing outside the bus talking about the show. Two dudes approach us, like, yo, what them shirts mean? We like, yo, CMG, cocaine music. Like, no, what y'all repping? I'm like, man, we ain't repping nothing. We from Memphis. And next thing you know, these same guys, we thinking they fans. One dude like, all right, it's cool. You know, like he want an autograph or something. The other dude pull out a gun.
When he passed away, unfortunately, and everybody knows Pun was maybe 1,000,000 times better than me and more lyrical, they didn't realize I knew the formula. He had literally taught me the formula. He would sit down with me every day and be like, yo, we gonna talk for the girls here. We gonna talk about this, yo, we gonna this and this and that. So, you know, like after he passed away, I had confidence in myself to make hit records because I knew what it was.